Okay, so these two examples are an extension of the length formula. Okay, so if you read example 2, they gave us a they gave us a square. Okay, I just randomly draw a square. Okay, label them A, B, C, D. So what's the feature of a square? They got same length, am I right? And then they gave us the coordinate. So this coordinate is 0, -2, and this coordinate is a 6, 1. Actually, if you go and draw out, of course, the square doesn't look like this. If you go and draw out, it actually looks something like this. So this one is a -2, and then this is a 6, and then somehow this is a 1. So if you go and plot where is A, and then this is B. So this is A, and then this is B. So the square can be somewhere here. Okay, so it's A, B, C, D like this. Okay, so but I'm just drawing a generic one because I got the coordinates. Okay, so our job is to find the area. So knowing that the area of a square is just length times length, but I need to get one of the length, of course. So I need to get this length. So if I can get the length, then it will be the same length that I can multiply. All right, the length times length. Okay, so I'm going to find the length AB. So how am I going to find? So I'm going to subtract the x coordinate. I'm going to subtract the y coordinate. Then I apply the formula. So I'm going to subtract the x coordinate, square it, subtract the y coordinate, and then I square it. And then I can just punch calculator. Okay, so this is the length of one side. So I'm not going to further punch it into 3SF because I would like to get the area. So the area is just length times length. So it will be this length times this length. And I actually get 45 units squared. So that is the area of the square. So I managed to find the area by applying the length formula. The length formula helped me to find one side of the square. Okay. Now, the next one is a reverse. If you look carefully, the next one is a reverse. I got some unknown coordinates. And the distance is 50 units. That means the length is 50 units. But my coordinate is unknown. So now I know that the length of PQ is 50 units. But then I don't know the actual coordinate. So in such a question, it's not possible that you actually draw it up because you don't even have the coordinates. So you got no choice. You just have to apply the formula. So again, you go back to what the formula would like to tell you. So the formula is going to get you to subtract the x coordinate. You subtract and you square it. For the y coordinate, you are also going to subtract it. And then you're going to square it. And you're adding them up to do a big square root like the Pythagoras theorem. So you apply the formula. So here you get a h square. Here you get a h square. So in actual fact, it is 2h squared. So this 2h square, square root of 2h square is equal to 50 units. So this one is the difficult one. So your formula says that it's square root 2h square, and you know that it's 50 units. So how are you going to find h? So here you got to square both sides or throw the square roots over. Throwing the square root over becomes a square. So there's some amount of algebra that you will need to do. And you got to get rid of the numerical 2 before you try to handle the h square. So we divide by the 2 first. I will get 1250. Then I will take a square root. And when I take square root, I got 2 possible answers. Because taking square root always give you 2 possible answers. So it can be a positive 35.4 or it can be negative 35.4. So give it to 3SF if it's not stated. So that is the opposite. So they can give you some amount of algebra and they give you the length and there are some unknown in the coordinate. So you perform the formula. What does the formula say? The formula says you subtract the x coordinate, you square it, subtract the y coordinate, square it, and you add them up to do a huge square root. So perform exactly what the formula is saying. So there can be twisted question to play around with the length formula. So you are expected to do the length formula directly without drawing the diagram. And you are also expected to do the length formula indirectly. Okay, so that's one of the difficulty in the length formula.